Hello! Have you ever posted a question about Unreal Engine 5 when you're stuck on your project and get nothing? No replies, no help, just pure soul-crushing silence. You're not alone. Many devs out there are struggling with many different things, like blueprints, performance issues, or game-breaking bugs. Yet, when they ask for help, radio silence. So, why does this happen? And more importantly, how do you actually get the help you need? The problem isn't that everyone's not unwilling to help you. Many people genuinely enjoy sharing their knowledge and helping others. Sometimes the issue lies in how you ask for assistance. When you ask questions in a certain way, you can actually unintentionally make it difficult for people to help you. So, how can you get them to help you out? In this video, I'm going to break down all the reasons why nobody helps you with your Unreal Engine game projects and what you can do about it. So make sure to watch this whole video as all of the points are relevant, and by the end of it, you should have the knowledge on how to fix this issue and hopefully get the responses to the issues you're facing. Quickly, before we get started, this video is sponsored by Unreal Engine game devs like you. Currently, I have my Unreal Engine Masterclass bundle where you can get access to all of my current and future courses for a limited price, with access to my private Discord, and with my courses, beneath each video there is a question section where I and other learners check the questions to make sure that you don't get stuck. Because anyone that does pay, I do want to make sure that they get the support that they need. With that said, let's get into it. The first reason people may be ignoring your questions is because you're not asking in the right place. If you watched a tutorial and scroll down to the comments to ask an unrelated question about your own project, that's not the best place to ask questions. People in the comments are usually there to discuss that specific tutorial itself, not troubleshoot your own custom project. When asking for help, you want to put your question in the right place. Not only will this help you get a better answer, but if other people have similar questions, it'll help them find it too. So where and how can you ask for help? Think of it this way. If someone had the same question as you, where would they look for an answer? That's exactly where you should be posting. So if you need help with a specific YouTube tutorial video, you should ask under that specific video. There is the Epic Game Developer community. This has general forums on a bunch of different topics. So I'm on the Epic Game Developer community, and if I just go over to the forums, there are a bunch of different places where I can ask questions. So if say I had a question on character and animation, I could go here, and then I can just start a new discussion or question around this specific topic, and people will know it's about character and animation. There's the Unreal Engine 5 subreddit. This is mainly used for showcasing, but it could also be potentially good for asking general questions as well. There are Discord servers. You could maybe join a specific Unreal Engine Discord server to get questions on a particular topic. Just to give you an example, imagine you were posting a question about lighting in a Discord server focused on AI and programming, or asking an open world optimization tips in a mobile development forum. Chances are you'll be ignored, not because people don't want to help you, but because you're asking the wrong people in the wrong place. So when you're asking a question, keep in mind that you're asking it in the right place. The second reason no one helps you with your questions: they're too vague. This is probably the biggest mistake people make when asking for questions, being too vague. Imagine you see the two posts on a forum. The first post says, "Help me, I'm stuck, it doesn't work." Now the second post, I'll actually give an example of a student that asked me a question on my platform, as it's a good example of how to format a question, because he asked it in a very specific way which helped me answer it. So for context, this is beneath a video on one of my courses, where I basically set up a system to make different attacks we do different amounts of damage, just so you understand the context. So he then asked this: when I attack, if I'm closer to the BP dummy, it does damage multiple times, whereas in the video, it only happens once in your print string. I don't know exactly which part of the BP collision I messed up. I even rewatched the series from targeting to this point. And then he also added this: I decided to take a quick screenshot recording as a visual example. I don't know if I messed that up or if that is a bug addressed later. And then this helped me, because I had context of this project, this helped me figure out what the issue was. So I then sent him a screenshot of what could be wrong, and then that was the error message. So when you provide detail and context around your question, it also just helps the person answering your question answer it a lot more easy. Whereas if you're like, I'm just stuck, it's a bit vague for the person who's trying to help to decipher what your issue is, and so you may not get a response. Although I do respond to all of the questions on my course because I don't want someone to ask a question and be ignored. So if you ask a question, regardless, I will respond. But I'll probably just try and get more context if it's a vague question, if you ask on my site. Anyway, now that I showed you those two examples, which one would you be more likely to answer? The second post, obviously. Why? Because it gives useful details that help people diagnose the issue instead of playing 20 questions. So, how can you ask questions that actually get answers? When you post a question, include the right context so others can help you efficiently. If possible, provide screenshots or videos. I know YouTube doesn't allow you to provide screenshots or videos. It would be ideal if it could, although if you were, say, on Discord or something, you could easily provide screenshots or videos. A picture is worth 1,000 words, especially in game development. If you're dealing with a weird bug, show it. Screenshots of your blueprint, material setup, or error messages help people understand the issue a lot faster. If Unreal Engine is giving you a specific error message, it can be helpful to provide a screenshot or let the person who's trying to help you know what that error message is, because if it's a specific error message, they may have already come across that error message before, so it makes it easier to solve. Okay, and why this matters. Even the most experienced Unreal Engine game developers can't read minds. If you give them zero context, they can't help you. The clearer and more detailed your question, the better your chances of getting a useful response. Before posting a question, ask yourself, would I be able to answer this question if someone else asked it? If not, rewrite it with more detail. It'll save you time and make people want to help you. The third reason. Now, this isn't necessarily a reason why people may have ignored your question, although it's just a good thing to do. Did you check? Now, this can be annoying, but it can save a lot of time. Before you post your question, you can take a minute to see if the answer you're looking for is already out there. You may not know how common your issue is, and it's about saving time and avoiding frustration. Many times, it's likely someone has already solved the exact problem you're facing, so you can just do a quick search for it online. You can look on Google or maybe check YouTube. Many Unreal Engine tutorials cover common problems, and the comments sometimes even offer extra insight. So I mainly check on Google, YouTube, and you can even check Unreal Engine forums. That's actually a very good place. Also, this acts as a second good benefit, because if, say, you find the answer that you're looking for, if you ever meet someone in the future and they encounter a problem, you can just link them to the answer you found. Plus, as an added extra bonus, it will also keep the community being flooded with repeat questions. And then the final reason why people may ignore your comments is sometimes they're just busy. I would actually like to reply to all of my YouTube comments, although sometimes I just forget and sometimes I get busy. It's not really easy to reply to all of the comments because sometimes I have my notifications turned off, so I just accidentally miss some comments on YouTube. And people can just get caught up in other things. I do try to avoid ignoring people, but sometimes life just happens and you end up accidentally ignoring people. So there you have it. Those are all of the reasons why your Unreal Engine questions are probably ignored. That's all for this video. If you'd like to further develop your Unreal Engine learning and get access to a wide range of Unreal Engine courses with my support and my community support, make sure to check out my Unreal Engine Master Bundle. There'll be a link to it in the description of this video. With that said, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!